Hi students, welcome to Map My Tutor. This is VVG, your maths mentor for IITG. This season, I'm coming with the KCET 2025 PYQ discussion, okay, which is very helpful for your 26 examination. We are very near to the examination. That's why you must be very serious about PYQ preparation so that you can understand the difficulty level or weightages of the topics, different topics, okay? So all these going to be very helpful in your final examination, right? Let us start the paper discussion. Here is your question number 1. Consider the following statements. The first statement is given, the set of all solutions of the linear inequalities. Two inequalities are there. Okay, you can observe that. 3x plus 8 less than 17 and 2x plus 8 greater than or equal to 12. Or some solutions here they mentioned, right? And also statement 2. Depending on these two inequalities only, they are asking the solution set. And your job is to verify which statement is true, which statement is false. Come on, let us do the first one. So 3x plus 8 less than 70. So if I send 8 to the other side, 3x less than 9. So x less than 3. Come on, the first solution, x less than 3. Is it there? Yes. Come on. Now let us take the second one. 2x plus 8 greater than or equal to 12. So 2x greater than or equal to 4. And hence x greater than or equal to 2 is the second solution set. Yes, it is. Therefore, statement 1 true. Because same solution sets are mentioned there. Now, to verify the statement 2, just we have to take the common solution. And look at that. In one condition, x is greater than or equal to 2. And the other, x less than 3. That means what? X lies between 2 and 3. But 3 excluded because only less than 3 is allowed. And greater than or equal to 2, that means 2 is included. But here, observe this set. Open interval 2 to 3. You know what is meant by open interval. The endpoints are not included. That's why statement 2 is false. So, conclusion, statement 1 is true, statement 2 is false. Where it is. Statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false. Yes, option D. Okay, got it? It is a simple question from linear inequalities. The number of 4-digit even numbers that can be formed using the digits 0, 1, 2 and 3. Come on, these are the given digits. Without repetition, of course, the condition. And you need only 4-digit even numbers. We know that even number means it has to end with an even digit, right? Therefore, I got two cases. The case 1, either it ends with 0. What is the other case? It can end with 2. 1 and 3 can't be there in the unit position. Why? Because if 1 is there or 3 is there, it is to be considered as odd number. But here it is even number. So, whenever 0 is there, of course, 0 is fixed here. What are the remaining digits? 1, 2, 3. And remaining places, 3 places to be filled. 3 non-zero digits and 3 places to be filled. 3 factorial ways. Without repetition, right? Next one. 2 is already fixed. What are the remaining digits? 0, 1, 3. And remember, 0 cannot be there in the thousands place. If it is there in thousands place, it cannot be considered as a 4-digit number. And therefore, I can fill this digit in 2 ways. I can't fill in 3 ways. I can't use 0. Okay? And already 2 is used in units place. That's why I can use either 1 or 3. And the second position, 2 ways. And third position, 1. And total number, 2 into 2 into 1, that is 4 ways. And hence it is 10. So how many 4-digit numbers are formed? 10 4-digit numbers I can form using the digits 0, 1, 2, 3 without repetition. Yes, option A is correct. So if 0 is not there, why second case I got 4 only? If 0 is not there, then second case also 6. In that case, the total number will be 12. And look at the options. 12 is also given in the options to mislead. Suppose if any student forgot that 0 is there, he may consider that what? First case as second case 6 plus 6, that is 12. But 10 is the right answer. The number of diagonals that can be drawn in octagon. Octagon means the number of sides is 8. Very, very important. Octagon. Number of sides is 8. Number of sides is 7. Number of sides is 6. Different names are there. Like number of sides is 5. What is that? Pentagon. 6. Hexagon. Like that. So for octagon it is 8. And to find the number of diagonals, there is a direct formula. Don't waste your time. Straight away I am using the formula n into n minus 3 by 2. And what is n here? 8 into 8 minus 3, that is 5 by 2, which gives you 20. Therefore, the option A is correct. So there is a direct formula. See, you can save time in these modules because you have to use that time to some other questions. Okay. So not all questions like the third number, right? The number of terms in the binomial expansion. Look at this binomial expansion. 2x plus 3 power 3n is 22. This is the number of terms. Again a direct question. See, if the power is 3n, the number of terms is always equal to that power plus 1. 3n plus 1 is how much? 22. That's it. Suppose if it is a plus b power n, the number of terms would be what? N plus 1. But here the power is 3n, so 3n plus 1. So it is 3n is 21. What is n? 7. Come on. 7 is the correct answer. See how easy it is. They're all like fundamental models. Based on straight away that number of terms means the index plus 1, the power plus 1. So 3n plus 1. Okay. Got it? A simple calculation. 4th, 10th and 16th terms of a GP are x, y, z. Look at the number 4, 10, 16. The gap between 4 and 10 is 6. 10 and 16 is also 6. That means what? I am taking 3 terms from a GP which are equidistant. So if 3 terms equidistant are taken, they are also formed a GP. Simple logic. That means what? X, Y, Z form a GP because they are the terms taken equidistant, not consecutive, but equidistant. In that case, if X, Y, Z are in GP, you know in a GP common ratio must be equal. Therefore, y by x must be equal to z by y. Come on, cross multiply. You will get y square equal to what? Xz. Is y square equal to xz? What is y? Root over xz. And you also know that y is called geometric mean. If 3 terms are in GP, the middle term is called geometric mean. Where is that? Of course, in the first option. Y is equal to root over xz. Yes. So here, just to test you, they are not given consecutive terms, but they have given equidistant terms that you must observe. Okay. If A is a square matrix such that, look at this condition, A square equal to A. That means if you multiply A with A, again you will get A. Okay. Then what is I minus A whole cube? Anybody, can you just suggest one matrix which satisfies this condition? Very well known matrix, that is identity matrix. If you multiply I with I, again you will get I. So I always satisfy this condition, A square equal to A. But not only I, many other matrices also can satisfy. And there is a special name. Whenever A satisfies this condition, A is called idempotent matrix. It is called idempotent. If A square is A is called idempotent. Of course, it is not in NCERT, but may be useful for your IIT purpose. Okay. Now, using this condition, I have to evaluate I minus A whole cube. Of course, you know I is identity. But don't attempt I minus A whole cube straight away. It is easy to calculate I minus A whole square. Because I and A commute each other, it is easy to expand just like A minus B whole square. What is that? I square minus 2 into I into A plus A square. It is just like A minus B whole square. Okay, A square minus 2AB plus B square. Because I into A and A into I are equal. And we know I square is I. And I into A is A. A square, of course, A, it is given. Therefore, I got I minus A. So once I minus A whole square is I minus A, then try to find I minus A whole cube, which is I minus A whole square into I minus A. Just now I proved I minus A whole square is what? I minus A into I minus A, and therefore it is I minus A whole square, which is again I minus A. See, it is recurring. Therefore, the correct option is D. Not only I minus A whole cube. You already observed I minus A whole square is I minus A. Even I minus A whole cube is I minus A. Therefore, I can confidently tell I minus A whole power n is I minus A. So, in this question, I can generalize this result. I minus A whole power n is always equal to I minus A, provided this condition. If A square is A, then only this is correct. Got my point? A and B are two matrices such that AB is an identity matrix. That means what? AB equal to I. And the order of matrix B is 3 cross 4. So, B is 3 cross 4. And then the order of matrix A. So, what can be the order of matrix A? Let me consider order of matrix A as M cross N. You know the matrix multiplication rule. What is that? Matrix multiplication of two matrices is possible only when the number of columns in the first and number of rows in the second must be equal. That means what? This n and p must be equal, otherwise A into B is not possible to define. That's why A must be what? M cross 3. And B is already fixed, 3 cross 4. So, M, what about M? Now I got to know, what about M? So, M is not known, of course. Here, already the right side they have given us I. I is always a square matrix. And we know that this 3 and 3 won't appear in I as the order. Therefore, it is M cross 4. There is a rule. If A is M cross N matrix, B is N cross P matrix, their product will be what? M cross P matrix. Accordingly, if A is M cross 3, B is 3 cross 4, what is their product? It is M cross 4. But as already I told you, I must be square matrix. What is meant by square matrix? The number of rows and number of columns must be equal. Therefore, M must be 4. And hence, I must be a square matrix like this, 4 cross 4. So, finally, they are asking the order of the matrix A. I assumed that it is M cross N. Already I got M as 4 and N as 3. Therefore, it is 4 cross 3, second option. What do you understand here? What is the simple principle involved here? If A is M cross N, B is N cross P, AB must be M cross P. And the product of two matrices is possible only when number of columns in first, number of rows in the second must be equal. Okay? Just a fundamental concept. Got it? Which of the following statements is not correct? Just read the statements. Okay, cool. We'll read the statements, we understand, and which of the statement is not correct. I want to explain an important hint or point, what you have to say. Whenever this model is there, you underline this word because sometimes they will ask you which of the following statements is correct. Sometimes they will ask you which of the following statements is not correct. Suppose if you are already preoccupied mind with the correct, because most of the times we get which of the following statements is true or correct, some kind of thing. Okay? Never be preoccupied mind with the correct or not correct. Read it and underline it. So, not correct. Okay. A diagonal matrix has all diagonal elements equal to 0. Not correct. It is not correct. Why? Because what is diagonal matrix? It is a square matrix in which non-diagonal elements are zeros. That's why our option is A. Because they're asking not correct. Now, just for knowledge purpose, what about BCD? Let us check. A symmetric matrix A is square matrix, which is satisfying A dash is A. A dash means A transpose. Of course, it is a definition of symmetry. That means this is correct. But according to our question, it is wrong. Why? I am asking not correct statement. Don't confuse. A skew symmetric matrix has all diagonal elements equal to 0. Yes. That means it is not correct for us. Not correct means statement is correct, but it is not our answer. Okay. And a row matrix has only one row. Yes, that is also correct, but not our answer. Our answer is, which is not correct. A diagonal matrix has all diagonal elements equal to 0 is a not correct statement, which is our answer. Okay. Again, from matrices, A is given 1, 1, 1, 1 is satisfied. This condition, A power 6 equal to K into A dash you know, transpose of A. Then what is the value of K? So anyway, we cannot calculate A power 6 straight away. Therefore, what should I do? Let me check with A square first. You know A into A. Therefore, it is 1, 1, 1, 1. Again 1, 1, 1. And we know matrix multiplication is carried by row column method. 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1, 2. And all the other elements will be same because same numbers are there. Next, I'll approach to A power 4, which is A square into A square. Anyway, I calculated A square, right? So, 2, 2, 2, 2. And then 2, 2, 2, 2. Again, row by column method. Yes. Just calculate first row, first column, enough. 2 into 2, 4 plus 4, 8. No need to calculate the remaining elements. You can write the same. Now, finally, I need A power 6. A power 6 is nothing but A power 4 times A square. A power 4 is already there. And A square also there. Again, first row, first column, if I multiply 16 plus 16, that gives you 32. And all the remaining elements 32 each, which can be written as 32 times 1, 1, 1, 1. And what is this 1, 1, 1, 1? A. But they are asking A dash. Then what is A dash? It is also 1, 1, 1, 1. Therefore, I can write this as 32A or 32 A dash. Both are same. A and A dash are same. Okay. And hence, the K is 32. Option D is correct. Okay. And I ask you one question. Here, I found A dash and A are equal. In that case, can you name the matrix? If A dash is A transpose equal to A. That means it is symmetric. If A dash is minus A, it is skew symmetric. Okay. They are nothing but definitions. If A is K to 2K and data of A cube is 125, then the value of K. So, what is the matrix A given? K to 2K. And data of A cube is 125. We know by the property of determinants, data of A cube is det A whole cube. What is that property? Data of A power n is det A whole power n. And therefore, what is det A? 5. Because 125 is 5 cube. Now, coming back to this. If A is K to 2K, what is det A? K into K, that is K square, minus 4 must be equal to 5 according to this condition. So, what is K square? 9. What is K? Plus minus 3. There it is. Option A. Simple. So, only thing is you have to write this properly. Det of A cube is 125. Det of A cube is det A whole cube. Okay? It is a basic property in determinants. If A is a square matrix satisfying the equation, there is an equation in terms of A. It is called matrix equation. Okay? That I is identity, O is null. It's already mentioned where I is the identity matrix and O is the null matrix of same order. Then what is A inverse? Right? So, A square, let me analyze this equation. Okay? And 7 into I can be written as A into A inverse by definition. Why I am introducing A inverse? Because I need A inverse. Okay? So, that is the first idea which leads to the solution. I is the identity matrix which can I of course expressed as A into A inverse. A into A inverse is always I, that is by definition. Now, I'll shift these two terms to the other side. 7A inverse is equal to what? 5A minus A square. Now, a small adjustment here. A can be written as A into I because I is the identity matrix. That is a property. If you multiply any matrix with I, you will get the same matrix. Therefore, A can be replaced with A into I. Now, I can use the left cancellation law in matrices by taking A out. See, like this. In the right side, I took A common. Here also, I have written A separately on the left side, and I can cancel this A. It is not like algebraic cancellation, but there is a law called left cancellation law in matrices. And if I cancel that, then I'll get 7A inverse, but I need A inverse divided by 7. So 1 by 7 times 5I minus A. So A inverse is what? 1 by 7 times 5I minus A. And where it is? 1 by 7 into 5I minus A, option D. Okay, very close to that is 1 by 7 into A minus 5I. Be careful, okay? Again, matrices. If A is a square matrix of order 3 cross 3, A is a 3 cross 3 matrix, square matrix of course. And that A is also given 3. Then what is the det of 3A inverse? Determinant of 3 times A inverse. And look at this. If A is 3 cross 3 and that A is 3, definitely A is non-singular matrix. That is, if that A is 0, it is called singular, for which A inverse does not exist. But that A is 3, non-zero number. That means definitely it is a non-singular and A inverse exists, and that A inverse is also a 3 cross 3 matrix. Correct or not? Of course, yes. If A is n cross n, A inverse also must be n cross n, right? Now, using that, again coming back to the determinant property, det of 3 into A inverse can be written as 3 cube times det of A inverse. Why? Because det of K times A is always equal to K power n times det A. This is what the basic property again, where n is the order of the matrix A. If A is n cross n, okay? So here A inverse is 3 cross 3. Therefore, I should get 3 cube out, which is 27. And det of A inverse is again a property, 1 by det A, which comes from A into A inverse is I, okay? And det A is 3. Come on, substitute 27 times 1 by 3, which is 9. Where is that? Option C. So, here I have used one more property from determinants, that is det of A inverse is 1 by det A. These are the two things you must remember, okay, with which we can easily finish this question. B is 1, 3, 1 alpha, okay, is the adjoint of a matrix A. So, B is the adjoint of A. Let us write in the equation format. B is the adjoint of a matrix A. That means adjoint of A is B, or B equal to adjoint A. And det A is given as 2, of course. Then the value of alpha, that unknown, okay? And if I apply that on both the sides, since B equal to adjoint A, det B equal to det of adjoint A. And again, one more property from determinants. What is det of adjoint A? Det A power n minus 1. Again, n is the order of the matrix. If A is n cross n, det of adjoint A is det A power n minus 1. Here, what is the order of A? We don't know exact what is A, but det A is 2. But we know the order of B is 2, and B is adjoint A, therefore A must be 2 by 2. Therefore, det A power 2 minus 1, which is 1. So, det B must be equal to det A. That's what I proved. Now, det B, I can calculate from B. What is that? Alpha minus 3 equal to det A already given. Therefore, alpha equal to 5. See how I got alpha minus 3? Everybody know. To find the det of a 2 cross 2 matrix, I use a formula kind of thing, that is AD minus BC. Actually, definition is separate, a different one, but I can use it as a formula. AD means what? Product of the diagonal elements minus product of the non-diagonal elements. So, Det B is equal to AD minus BC. AD means 1 into alpha, that is alpha, minus 1 into 3, that is 3, equal to det A is 2, and hence alpha equal to 5. So, option A is correct. Okay. The system of equations 4x plus 6y equal to 5. Definitely write that equation. 4x plus 6y equal to 5 and 8x plus 12y equal to 10. Okay, has infinitely many solutions, unique solution only to know like that. That means your job is to find the number of solutions of these two. Okay, I'll explain with the help of geometry. We know every linear equation x and y represent a straight line. So the first one represents a straight line. Second one represents a straight line. But do you observe, if I divide by 2 the entire second equation, what I'll get? Again the first one. 4x plus 6y equal to 5. That means whatever the two lines they have given us, they are coinciding lines because the same equation. Okay. In coordinate geometry, they also tell that like the ratio of the respective portions like this, even constants, all are same. If the ratio of the respective terms or quotients are same, then they are coinciding lines. Okay. And once the two lines are coinciding, the number of solutions is infinite because every point on the first line is also there on the second line. So this is how we can explain with straight lines very easily. Actually, there is one more method using determinants. Okay, that also easy, but this is more easy. Why? Because suppose if these two lines are parallel, can you tell me what is the solution? No solution. If two lines are intersecting, then can you tell me what is the solution? Only one. That means unique. Two solutions anyway not possible. Just for the options purpose they have given us. Okay. Here vectors are given A bar, B bar and C bar. Three vectors are given such that one condition is there. A bar plus lambda B bar is perpendicular to C bar. Whenever two vectors are perpendicular, what is the condition? Their dot product is 0. That is, here A bar plus lambda B bar is perpendicular to C bar. That means dot product. And your job is to find the unknown. What is the value of that lambda? Okay. So A bar plus lambda B bar dot C bar equal to 0. And of course, we can expand this bracket, dot product bracket. I'll get A dot C plus lambda is anyway constant times B dot C equal to 0. This is 0 only. It's a scalar. Okay. So our job is now to find out what is A dot C and what is B dot C. Of course, finding the dot products is quite easy. What is A dot C? Come on. This is A and this is C. What is the formula to find the dot product? A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, add them. That is quotients of I, quotients of J, quotients of K. Multiply, add all the products. Now, let us do it for A and C. 1 and 1, 1. 2 and 1, 2 plus 2. And plus 1 and plus 1, 1. So, 4. That is A dot C. And how to find B dot C? Same, but now between B and C. Count 1 and 1, 1. Minus 1 and 1, minus 1. And plus 4 and 1, plus 4. Therefore, it is 4. And therefore, it is 4 plus lambda times 4 equal to 0. And hence, lambda is minus 1. 4 plus 4 lambda 0. That means what? Lambda is minus 1. And option B is the only correct answer. Look at that. There is plus or minus. No. Only minus 1 is correct. Okay. Got it? So here what is the point? If dot product is 0, then it is the two vectors are perpendicular to each other. If the dot product is 0, then two vectors are perpendicular. What happens if cross product is 0? Then the two vectors may be parallel. Okay. If they are parallel, like or unlike, whatever it is, then cross product will be 0 part. Mod A bar is 10, mod B bar is 2. Actually, mod means here magnitude. In vectors, that mod symbol is used to represent the magnitude of that vector. And also dot product of A and B is 12. Then what is mod of A cross B? That is the magnitude of A cross B. There is a formula again, direct formula in vectors. What is that? A bar dot B bar square plus mod A bar cross B bar whole square equal to mod A bar square times mod B bar square. Direct formula. It's a direct formula based. Now, what is A dot B? Already found. So, this is 144 plus, this is unknown, mod A cross B. That is what we have to calculate. So, leave it as it is. And mod A square is 100 because mod A is 10. Mod B bar is 2. That means 4. So, it is 400. And if you bring 144 to the right side, you will get mod A bar cross B bar whole square is how much? 256. 400 minus 144. And therefore, mod A bar cross B bar is what? 16. 256 is 16 whole square. Can I read minus 16 also? Because root of 256 I will get plus or minus 16. No, don't write here because it is magnitude. It must be positive. So the answer is option C, that is 16. Okay. Consider the following statements. Again, statement model. You can observe many questions are given in statements. Statement 1. If either mod A bar 0 or mod B bar 0, then A dot B 0. Let us verify this. What is A bar dot B bar definition? Mod A bar, mod B bar, cos theta. Therefore, either mod A bar 0 or mod B bar 0, then A dot B 0. Of course, correct. Mod A 0 or mod B 0, A dot B 0 only. Even the third case also there, cos theta 0. Yeah, why not? If cos theta 0, then also a dot product will be 0. Statement 2. A cross B is 0 bar, then A bar is perpendicular to B bar. Let us see the definition of A cross B. Come on. Mod A bar, mod B bar, sine theta, n cap. They are saying perpendicular. No. If they are perpendicular, dot product is 0. How cross product is 0 bar? So, this is false. So, statement 1 is true, statement 2 is false. Okay. So, option D is the right answer. Easy, direct formula based again or statement based, let us say. Okay. If a line makes angles 90 degrees, 60 degrees and theta with x, y, z axis respectively, where theta is acute, then the value of theta. Usually, with x-axis we take the angle as alpha, y-axis beta and gamma, and we know if alpha, beta, gamma are the angles of or made by the line with x-axis, y-axis, z-axis respectively, then cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called direction cosines. And there is a relation. Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is always 1. And here alpha is 90, so cos 90 is 0. And beta is 60, cos 60 is 1 by 2, cos square 60 is 1 by 4. And gamma is theta equal to 1. So, if I send 1 by 4 to that side, cos square theta will be 1 minus 1 by 4, which is 3 by 4. And what is cos theta? Root 3 by 2. Okay. And theta is acute. Already mentioned. That's why I'm not taking minus, because theta is acute, cos theta is positive. So, cos theta is root 3 by 2. What can be theta? Pi by 6. Whereas cos 30 is root 3 by 8. Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma equal to 1. Usually they are also denoted by LMN. L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. Easy to remember, okay? The equation of the line through this point and also perpendicular to this line. That's it. You have to find the equation of a line. See, already equation of one line is given, but your line is perpendicular to this line and passing through this point. So, framing the equation first, I can write your required line can be like this. X minus 0 by A, Y minus 1 by D, Z minus 2 by C. Okay, because it is passing through 0, 1, 2. Whenever the point is x1, y1, z1 and DRs are as ABC, We know x minus x1 by a, y minus y1 by b, z minus z1 by c. So, but these two lines are perpendicular. The first line and your required line are perpendicular to each other. That means they have to satisfy this condition. I am writing, I think you can identify this formula. What is that formula? Simple. If A1, B1, C1 are the DRs of the first line and A2, B2, C2 are the DRs of the second line, then A1, A2, that is 2 into A, plus B1, B2, 3 into B, plus C1, C2, minus 2 into C must be 0. That is a condition for perpendicularity. Now you can check from the options. Already X minus Y minus 1 and Z minus 2. Where are they? Oh, in all the options. That means your job is to check these numbers now. Suppose instead of A, if I put minus 3, 2 into minus 3, minus 6, 3 into 4, plus 12, minus 2 into 3, minus 6, minus 6 plus 12, minus 6, 0. Yes, option A. You may get it out. Why you are not checking the other options? Definitely they won't satisfy. See, 3, 4, 3. 3 minus 4, 3. 3, 4 minus 3. There will be only one set, right? Which can satisfy. Otherwise, it will be more than one option. And we don't have more than one option here. It will be there in IIT. So, once the first option is satisfying this condition, no need to check the remaining options. Even you check, you are wasting your time. No other option can satisfy. Okay? A line passing through some point is given, perpendicular to some line is given, then what is the x-intercept? Very easy. It's a straight line question. It is not 3D, it is 2D. Suppose if ax plus by equal to some constant is your line, any line perpendicular to this can be written as 6x minus y equal to k. That's it. What is this rule? Interchange the positions of x and y and change the sign in between. That is, here coefficient of x is 1, here 6, here. So 6x, y, 1y of course, 1y we don't write, okay, y. And in between plus is there, that's why I take minus. Now, I'll put this point because it is passing through minus 1, minus 3 to find that unknown. 6 into minus 1, minus of minus 3 equal to k. Can you tell me what is k? Minus 6 plus 3 which is minus 3. Therefore, my required line will be what? 6x minus y plus 3 equal to 0 because k is minus 3. And I don't want the equation. I want the intercept. What is the x-intercept? X-intercept can be obtained by substituting what? y0. Come on. Let us put y0. 6x minus 0 plus 3 equal to 0. What is x? Minus 3 by 6, which is minus 1 by 2. Here is that. Yes, option A. So, minus 1 by 2 is the x-intercept. So, how to find the line? That is the first part. Equation. Once the equation is formed, you can find the x-intercept by substituting y0. Suppose you need y-intercept, then you put x0. Why? Any rule? Of course. X-intercept means it is the intercept made on the x-axis. What is the equation of x-axis? Y equal to 0. That's why we are using. Actually, we are solving, okay? Similarly, for y-intercept, put x equal to 0. Got my point? The length of the lattice rectum, quite easy. Do you recognize this curve? X square plus 3y square equal to 12. Lattice rectum, that word will be used in 3 conic sections. What are they? Parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola. And what does this equation represent? I divide by 12. I think you can easily guess that. Look at that. I'm dividing by 12 on both the sides. Now, the final equation is like this. Come on, anybody? What is this curve? Ellipse. Yes, you're right. Because the standard equation of the ellipse is what? X square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. X square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1 is the standard equation of the ellipse. Exactly. So, what is a square in this question? 12. What is b square? 4. But I want length of the lattice rectum. In short, I'll write it as LLR. LLR means what? Length of lattice rectum. Formula. Since A and A is greater than B, the formula will be 2B square by A. Okay? If A square is less than B, then it will be 2A square by B. Right? So 2 into B square is 4 and A is root 12. Be careful. A square is 12. Now let us simplify that. 2 into 4 by root 12 is 2 root 3. Therefore, 2 gets cancelled. You will get 4 by root 3. Is there? Yes. Option 2. 4 by root 3 is the length of the lattice rectum. What is the formula? 2b square by a, because a is greater than b. Okay, in the other case, the other ellipse, a less than b. In that case, 2a square by b is the formula. Limit extends to 1, x power 4 minus root x by root x minus 1. I'll rewrite the question. Limit extends to 1, x power 4 minus root x divided by root x minus 1. Immediately, what is the first thought? I'll put x equal to 1. Numerator 0, denominator 0. It is 0 by 0. Whenever the given limit is in the form of 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity, there is a famous rule called L'Hospital rule. Okay? It is also shortly written as LH rule. L'Hospital rule. What is L'Hospital rule? Simple. Differentiate the numerator, differentiate the denominator. Differentiate the numerator, differentiate the denominator. How many times? Till you get the real number as the limit. Suppose if 0 by 0 is again repeated after differentiating numerator and denominator, again you can do the same. But remember, never use U by V formula, okay? Differentiate numerator separately and differentiate the denominator separately. Come on. Limit x tends to 1. Let me differentiate the numerator. X power 4 derivative, 4x cube, root x derivative, 1 by 2 root x. In the denominator, again I'll get 1 by 2 root x, because 1 is constant, derivative 0. Or if I simplify, that means I have to multiply with the 2 root x, right? So it will be 8x cube root x minus 1, because 2 root x gets cancelled. And now there is no fraction at all. So there is no chance of getting 0 by 0. Come on, put x equal to 1 now. 8 minus 1, 7. Yes, A is the right answer. 7 is the correct answer. Whenever you put x equal to 1, 8 into 1 cube into root 1, just like substitution only, right? So it is 8 minus 1, 7. So here only once I used the L'Hospital rule. What is L'Hospital rule? Whenever the given limit is in the form of either 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity, differentiate the numerator and differentiate the denominator separately and again apply the limit. If you get your answer, it is fine. Otherwise, repeat the process. Once it is 0 by 0 again, okay? Remember that rule. Y is equal to cos x by 1 plus sin x. What is y given? Cos x by 1 plus sin x, right? Then, dy by dx, dy by dx, dy by dx, dy by... That is our job, is to find out dy by dx. But look at the options. Only A is correct. Both A and C are correct. Both B and D are correct. Only B is correct. That means they are trying to give the more than one option model. Okay? Let me check. First, let us find out y dash. Of course, dy by dx. Okay? Using your u by v rule. Everybody know. U by v rule 1 by v square, of course. And in the numerator, v into, that means 1 plus sin x into u dash, that is minus sin x, minus u into v dash, that is cos x. Okay? And if you simplify, 1 minus sin square minus cos square, that is 1 minus sin x, of course, minus sin square x, yes, minus cos square x. I expanded it, okay? And denominator 1 plus sin x whole square. So 1 plus sin x into minus sin x minus cos x into 1 plus sin x derivative, cos x only. Yes. So what is minus sin square minus cos square? Minus 1, 2. Therefore, I'll get minus of 1 plus sin x in the numerator and 1 plus sin x whole square in the denominator. So it will be what? Minus 1 by 1 plus sin x. I got the first option. But here is the important stage. Because I got only A is correct, both A and C are correct. Forget about C and D options because B and D correct, B is correct. No, 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 no. Because already I know A is correct. Therefore, either option A or option B. Okay, I can directly tell that C has no chance and D has no chance because already I proved that dy by dx as minus 1 by 1 plus sin x. But now, let me check whether C is also correct. Suppose if C is also correct, then option B I have to select. Otherwise, if C is wrong, then only A is correct. Come on. For that, you need trigonometry. If you simplify this minus 1 by 1 plus sin x in this form, then you can check how to simplify that. So already I got minus 1 by 1 plus sin x. Okay. Look at this simplification. Minus 1 by. How to simplify 1 plus sin x? Anybody? It is in trigonometry, if you remember. I think everybody know this formula, but I'll write it once again. You know this? 1 plus sin theta is always equal to sin theta by 2 plus cos theta by 2 whole square. That is, if you expand, you will get sin square theta by 2 plus cos square theta by 2 plus 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. That means what? 1 plus sin theta. So, using which I can write this as sin x by 2 plus cos x by 2 whole square. Okay? And hence, it is almost with the secant square kind of thing. Let me check with how to get it. Minus 1 by, if I supply 1 by root 2 inside the bracket, 1 by root 2 sin x by 2, 1 by root 2 cos x by 2. Okay? That means I have to multiply by 2. So, minus 1 by 2 times 1 by root 2 cos x by 2, 1 by root 2 sin x by 2 whole square. Why 1 by root 2 is involved? Because 1 by root 2 is both sin pi by 4 and cos pi by 4. Therefore, if I write it as sin pi by 4 and cos pi by 4, I'll get cos of a minus b form. That's my idea. Therefore, this will be equal to what? Cos pi by 4 minus x by 2 whole square, which is secant square. So, option C is also correct. A is also correct. You observe that, right? If I take this as sin pi by 4 and this as cos pi by 4, this is sin A, sin B plus cos A, cos B. You know it is cos A minus B. Therefore, cos x by 2 minus pi by 4 or pi by 4 minus x by 2, whatever it is. And the denominator cos square is there. What is 1 by cos square? Secant square. And hence, both A and C are correct. Option B is correct. Of course, A is also correct. But only A is correct is wrong. Not only A is correct. Both A and C are correct. Okay? So, option B is also, of course, our option. Okay? Both A and C are correct. Little lengthy, but if you know the trigonometry, it is easy. So, it is like a hybrid question, I can say. Why hybrid? In the first part, it is completely calculus. In the second part, it is again based on trigonometry. So, both the topics are mixed here. That's why I can call it as hybrid question. We can discuss the next question now. It is a match the following model. Okay. In match the following model, you know, there will be two columns here also there. Column 1 contains all the functions and column 2 contains their continuity status or differentiability status. So it is from continuity and differentiability top. Okay, easily we can recognize and options are there. And from the options we can easily observe that one function is matched with only one entry with the column 2. That's why it is easy. So once you find one match with one function, job is done. See, I'll take the very easy functions first. Root of, there is no condition that I have to be A, B, C, D kind of thing, okay? Root of mod x. What is root x derivative? 1 by 2 root. So, here also you'll get 1 by 2 root mod x, for example. And if x is 0, that derivative is not defined. That means this is not differentiable at 0. Let us see. Yes, not differentiable at least one point in minus 1 comma 1. Therefore, B is matched with 4th. Simple. So root x derivative 1 by 2 root x. For example, x is positive, it is root x. Derivative 1 by 2 root x. If you put 0, 1 by 0 is not defined. That means not differentiable. So 0 is there in between -1 to 1. Sorted. So root mod x is not differentiable at least one point in between -1 to 1. Okay. I'll take one more easy function. X plus step x. Okay. X plus step x. So x is, a linear function. I am calling it as step x. What is that? Greatest integer function. Okay. So x plus step x, continuous, differentiable. What are left? 1, 2, 3 are left. 1, 2, 3 are left. Okay. Continuous in -1 to 1. No. Why? Because integral part of x is discontinuous at every integer. So in between 0 is there. Wrong. Differentiable? No. Strictly increasing? Yes. Because x is always increasing. You know that because it's a straight line. Okay. And step x is also always increasing. Therefore, what is the correct answer? Because both the functions are increasing, it is matched with the third. So, C match with 3 and B match with 4. B4, C3. Let us identify. B4, C3, B4, C3, B4. Yes. That's why I'm explaining easy functions first. See, I didn't verify A and D at all. Not required. Because B with 4, C with 3. B4, C3, yeah, nowhere in the options. See, our option is ready. But for the discussion point of view, I'll discuss A and D also. First, D. We know any mod function is not differentiable at that particular point where that function equal to 0. That means, if x minus 1 is 0, what is x? 1. X plus 1 equal to 0? Minus 1. So, at minus 1 and plus 1, this is not differentiable. Anyway, continuous in -1 to 1, differentiable in -1 to 1, open interval. So, differentiable, yes, differentiable in -1 to 1. And A also, x is x into mod x. X into mod x is also differentiable in -1 to 1. So, which is more relevant here? A is matched with 2 and D is matched with 1. Because in between -1, there is no doubt it is continuous. That's why A matched with 2, B matched with 4, and C matched with 3, and D matched with 1. Because -1 and 1 are critical points for mod function. That's why we don't take that. Okay? Right. Understood? Very easy. So whenever these kind of single matchings are given, then you take one or two easy functions and match them. And check the options where they lie. And once you got it, yes, the job is done. Okay? See, here the function is e power x plus ax for x less than 0 and b into some x minus 1 whole square for x greater than or equal to 0. And it is differentiable at x equal to 0. We know whenever a function is differentiable at a particular point, it must be continuous at that point. So, definitely it should be continuous at x equal to 0. Once you know it is continuous at x equal to 0, you know left hand limit and right hand limit must be equal. And of course, equal to function value. What is LHL? Simple. For less than 0, because at x equal to 0, LHL means left neighborhood of 0, that is less than 0. Put e x as 0. E power 0 is 1 plus a into 0 is 0. For RHL, we have to use this definition. B into 0 minus 1 whole square. Clearly, B is 1. Let me check. Oh, option A, option B. Both, or even option D also have B equal to 1. No, not enough. So, B equal to 1 is there in the three options like A, B and D. Okay, let me use the other condition. Differentiable at x equal to 0. Whenever it is differentiable at x equal to 0, left hand derivative must be equal to right hand derivative. Just like left hand limit equal to right hand limit is the condition for continuity, left hand derivative equal to right hand derivative for differentiability. Come on. Again, first definition, differentiate it. E power x derivative e power x, therefore it is e power 0, plus a into x derivative is 1, that is why it is a. And right hand derivative use the next, b times 2 into x minus 1. Of course, x is to be taken as 0. Therefore, e power 0 is 1 plus A equal to B is already 1. 1 into minus 2 is minus 2. Therefore, A is minus 3 and B is 1. Where it is? Yes. Option B. A is minus 3, B is 1. So here there are two conditions I applied. One is for continuity, the other is for differentiability. But here it is not mentioned that it is continuous. No need. If the function is differentiable, automatically it should be continuous only. Every discontinuous function never be differentiable. Continuous function, can I say it is always differentiable? No. Continuous function may or may not be differentiable. Okay? Right. Again, the question is on continuity differentiability. From the options you can check. Some function is given and not continuous, differentiable, and continuous. Something like that. So first, I have to always focus on continuity. For example, if it is discontinuous, then no need to check about differentiability, as I said. Okay? Can't. F of x equal to some function is given for x not equal to 0. That means either for x less than 0 or for x greater than 0, you can use that. And this is the function value. Of course, function value at 0 is 0. F of 0 must be 0. Okay? And to check the continuity, I have to check LHL, RHL. Now, what is LHL? Limit extends to 0 minus. It is not minus 0, okay? 0 minus means left type root of 0. And the function is e power 1 by x minus 1 by e power 1 by x plus 1. And whenever extends to 0 minus, 1 by x tends to minus infinity. Therefore, if I apply the limit, I'll get e power minus infinity minus 1 by e power minus infinity plus 1. And already we know e power minus infinity tends to 0. Therefore, 0 minus 1 by 0 plus 1, which gives you minus 1. That's it. It is not continuous. How can I say without RHL? No need. Already LHL is what? Minus 1. What is the function value? 0. Already they are not equal. Even though RHL is equal to either 0 or minus 1 or something else, we don't bother. It is discontinuous. That means not continuous. And since it is not continuous, I need not bother about differentiability. Any discontinuous function can never be differentiable. Okay? Y is given as a sin cube t, x is given as a cos cube t, then what is dy by dx at this point? T is equal to 3 pi by 4. Just by looking the equations, we can identify that it is parametric equations. And t is the parameter. First, my job is to calculate dy by dx. And there is a formula. Everybody know that. dy by dx is what? dy by dt by dx by dt. Come on, let us differentiate y with respect to t. A constant for sin cube t derivative 3 sin square into cos. Okay? And dx by dt. Come on. Again, a constant as it is. 3 cos square into minus sine. This S stands for sine and C for cos. And if you cancel the common factors like a, 3, 1 sine, 1 cos, finally I'll get minus tan t, of course. But I need at t equal to 3 pi by 4. Come on, let us calculate. Minus tan 3 pi by 4 is what? 135 degrees. And tan 135 is minus 1. So minus of minus is plus. And therefore it is plus 1. Option C. Okay. So whenever you want to calculate dy by dx at some point, first calculate dy by dx and use that point. But here the important thing is parametric equations. And this is the formula to find dy by dx whenever parametric equations are given. So it comes under methods of differentiation. The derivative of sin x with respect to log x. This is called another method of differentiation. Okay? It is named as derivative of a function with respect to another function. Usually, the first function, let me take it as y, and the second function, that is with respect to which function I need derivative, I'll take it as z. Now, what is the derivative of y with respect to z? That's all. dy by dz is to be calculated. Again, using our parametric knowledge, I can write it as dy by dx by dz by dx because x is a variable, y is a function of x, and z is also a function of x. What is dy by dx? Since y is sin x, it is cos. Derivative of sin x is cos. And dz by dx, log x derivative, what is that? 1 by x. And if you simplify, you will get x into cos x. Come on. Yes, option A. Simple. Derivative of a function with respect to another function. That function, first function, I took it as y and then z. dy by dz is to be calculated. It is almost like parametric differentiation again. Got it? The minimum value of 1 minus sin x. This is what the function. Actually, it is based on maxima minima, but since sin x is there, it is very easy for us. No need to use the AOD point of view, okay? So, already we know sin x lies between -1 and 1, okay? So, what is the maximum value of sin x? 1. Therefore, what is the minimum value of 1 minus sin x? 1 minus 1. Because I need the minimum value of 1 minus sin x that occurs at maximum value of sin x, which is +1, and hence the answer is 0. Okay? Even you use differentiation and all, you will get the same answer. But here we are finding out the best method. With best method means what? We should complete within less time or within no time. Okay? The function f of x equal to tan x minus x. Look at the options. Always decreases, never increases, neither increases nor. That means it is based on increasing, decreasing nature. And we know increasing or decreasing, that property depends on the derivative. Okay, let us find out the derivative of the function, which is secant square x for tan x minus 1. What is secant square x minus 1? Tan square x. See, the derivative is a perfect square. Perfect square can never be negative. Either it should be positive or 0. Can you just select the option now? Always decreases, wrong, because it cannot be negative. Decreases. See, whenever f dash is positive, the function is increasing. Whenever f dash is less than 0, then is negative, the function decreases. That's why, which option can I select? Always increases. Because it can never be negative. It can be either positive or 0. Even equal to 0, that comes in between. That's why it is always having the increasing nature only. Because in the neighborhood of 0 also, it is either plus, both the sides, it is plus plus. If the sign changes, if f dash changes its sign, then I can say it increases and then decreases, or decreases then increases. Okay. So that comes under turning points and all. That's a different story. The value of integral dx by x plus 1 into x plus 2. That means it is a question based on indefinite integration, right? So immediately, what is your idea? In the numerator, anyway, 1 is there. I can express it as x plus 2 minus of x plus 1. Do you agree? Correct? Yes. Why I am doing? Because the factors in the denominator are x plus 1 and x plus 2, whose difference is 1. Okay, that I am going to use that. So, here it is 1 in the numerator. I expressed it as difference of those two factors. Now, I'll divide them. X plus 2 gets cancelled. 1 by x plus 1 minus. Now, x plus 1 gets cancelled. You will get 1 by x plus 2. Correct? It is very easy. We know integral of 1 by x is log mod x. Therefore, it is log mod x plus 1 minus log mod x plus 2. And process is completed. I have to add some constant of integration, c. And log m minus log n is what? Log of m by n. So, x plus 1 divided by x plus 2. Come on. Which option is correct? Check. Log mod x plus 1 by x plus 2. Option C. So, it's an easy question. Just the beginning is important. That is, expressing this fraction into two fractions. That is, we are resolving into partial fractions. Got it? The value of minus 1 to 1 sine power 5x into cos power 4x. Immediately, if you have any limits in this form, minus a to a, some function f of x dx, it will have two cases. It will be 0 once f is odd, or it can be 2 times 0 to a f of x when f is even. These are the two cases we have in definite integration. Now, my job is to check this function. Let me take it as f of x, sine power 5x, and then cos power 4x. Whether it is even or odd. How to check even or odd? Simply replace x with minus x. Sine power 5 of minus x and cos power 4 of minus x. And we know sine of minus theta is minus sine theta, and odd power, therefore minus sine power 5. And cos of minus theta is cos theta, and therefore it is cos power 4x. And clearly, I got minus f of x. Whenever f of minus x is fx, it is even. If f of minus x is minus fx, it is odd. And hence, the answer is 0. That is the first case. If f of x is odd, no need to integrate. Straight away, we can write the answer as 0. Got it? 0 to 2 pi in root of 1 plus sin x by 2 dx. Once again, definite integration. And to avoid the fractions, I'll use a trick. Okay? I think many of you are aware of it, but still. Look at that. I'm writing first. This is what the given integral. And I want to avoid the fractions. So what I do is, I'll multiply this x by 4. y4 lxp. Then immediately I have to multiply by 4 outside the integral. And then I have to divide the limits by 4. In fact, I am doing the substitution. Without substituting x as some 4t and all, and just applying it direct. So, I will get 4 times what? 0 by 4 is 0. 2 pi by 4 is pi by 8. And root over 1 plus sine 2x. Now I'll explain the reason. If it is sine 2x, we know that it is 2 sin x cos x. And 1 can be written as sine square x plus cos square x. Therefore, this can be a perfect square. What is that? Sin x plus cos x whole square. And anyway, it is under limits 0 to pi by 2. So, sin x plus cos x is positive. So, straight away, I'll get this. 0 to pi by 2. No need to put the modulus, because already we know sin x plus cos x is positive. Since sine is positive, cos is positive in the first quadrant. And now, integration. 4 times integral sine is minus cos, and integral cos is sine. And simple. Apply the limits now. What is the upper limit? 4 times. If you put pi by 2, cos pi by 2, 0, sin pi by 2, 1. Minus, again 4 times, minus 1, because cos 0, 1, sin 0, 0. And final answer, 8. Fourth option is correct. Okay? You can do as it is also, but you will get fractions, because sin x by 2 will be 2 sin x by 4 cos x by 4. And you have to express 1 as sin square x by 4 plus cos square x by 4. Everything will be in the fractions. It looks, okay, difficult. Difficult in the sense, you must be very careful whenever you do the calculation part, whenever it is in fractions. That's why I use this simple trick. What is that? Come again. If x is multiplied by 4, integral is multiplied by 4, limits are divided by 4, just like, okay, you remember like that. It is actually the alternate method for substitution to avoid the fractional coefficients. Once again, indefinite integration. This is a very famous model, Whenever some expression kind of thing like this is given under fractional powers, the first and immediate action is you take x power 4 out. Because 3 by 4 is that. Okay, let us start with that. Integral dx by, what is that? X square already there. If I take x power 4 out, I'll get x cube. And 1 by 1 plus x power 4 power 3 by 4. Because power is 3 by 4. And I am separating x power 4. What is x power 4 power 3 by 4? X cube. And finally, I'll get this as 1 by x square into x cube is x power 5. And 1 plus 1 by x power 4 power 3 by. Now, this comes under substitution. What is that right substitution here? 1 plus 1 by x power 4 as d. So that minus 4 by x power 5 dx is dt. That's why they created 1 by x power 5 here. So I can replace this 1 by x power 5 dx with dt by minus 4. And hence, the integral comes as minus 1 by 4 because that minus 4 goes to the right side. Integral of 1 by, this x power 5 anyway gets cancelled, okay? It is t power 3 by 4 dt. Understood? Next step, minus 1 by 4, this can be written as t power minus 3 by 4 dt. And we know integral x power n is what? X power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Let us use that formula. Minus 1 by 4 into t power minus 3 by 4 plus 1 is 1 by 4. And here also 1 by 4. And this 1 by 4 gets cancelled. Finally, minus t power 1 by 4 plus c. And the latter part you can easily guess. Just replace t. What is t? 1 plus 1 by x power 4. So the answer is minus of 1 plus 1 by x power 4 power 1 by 4. Where it is? Come on. Here it is. Because they took the LCM. Instead of writing 1 plus 1 by x power 4, I can write x power 4 plus 1 by x power 4. Correct? And the power is 1 by 4 and minus will be there. Almost third and fourth are same but plus. Okay? So only just change in sign. Easy, but again the initial step will lead you the correct solution. That is taking x power 4 common. Usually they will give the any term. Suppose if x cube is there, here they may give 2 by 3 kind of thing to avoid the fractional powers again. Now another definite integral question. I'm going to change it a little bit. That's just nothing but I'll take the LCM. Correct? 0 to 1 log of 1 minus x by x. Let me take it as I. I'll put it as 1. And all of you know a very important formula or property I can say in definite integration named as King's property. By the name itself you can realize that it is very, very crucial. So what is a King's property? I'll write here 0 to a f of x dx equal to 0 to a f of a minus x dx. You can replace the variable x with a minus x. Even then, the value won't change. Okay? But the limit should be 0 to a. Accordingly, here if I apply, a is 1. So, log of. So, the x is to be replaced with 1 minus x. What is 1 minus of 1 minus x? X only. And this x will be 1 minus x and dx. Therefore, I'll take it as 2. Just I applied the property. I got a new equation or new integral. Here it is log of 1 minus x by x. Here it is log of x by 1 minus x. And in King's property, usually we do 1 plus 2. Both the equations to be added. I'll get 2i equal to integral 0 to 1 0 dx. Did you recognize how it is 0? Simple. If this is log a by b, this is log b by a. And log a by b and log b by a, if you simplify, if we add them, log m plus log n is log m by n or m into n. So 1 minus x by x into x by 1 minus x will be 1. And we know log 1 is 0 to any base. Log 1 to any base is 0. And hence, if you integrate it, you will get 0. And therefore, the value of I will be 0. Where it is? Option A. So here's a problem based on King's property. In fact, in your PO examination also, it's very important. Maximum number of questions will be on this King's property. Got it? Once again, it is area bounded by y is equal to sine of x by 3, x-axis, and x equal to 0, x equal to 3 pi. These are the 4 boundaries, okay? After which we can, of course, calculate the area. Now, whenever you take the function sine of x by 3, if you observe the limits, for x, they are 0 to 3 pi. For x by 3, what are the limits? 0 by 3 is 0, 3 pi by 3 is pi. So, 0 and pi. Between 0 and pi, sine of x by 3 is always positive. And hence, the entire area will be above x-axis. Therefore, I can directly calculate the area by this formula. That is 0 to 3 pi sine of x by 3 dx. No need to use modulus and all because already it is positive. And now to avoid the fractions, I'll multiply x by 3, multiply integral by 3 and divide the limits by 3. Already I explained this in the one more question, of course. 0 and pi are the new limits and here it is sin x dx. And in between 0 to pi, you know sin x will form one arc. And every arc of sin x or cos x square area is 2 square units, okay? And therefore the answer is 3 into 2, that is 6. Otherwise you integrate, what is there? Integral sin x is minus cos x and apply the limits, you will get 2, 3 into 2, that is 6. And hence it is option D. Understood? Here only just I changed the limits to avoid the fractionals. Of course, calculations with fractions will be little risky. Okay? Here is another question from areas. The area of the region bounded by y is equal to x square and the line y is equal to 60. What do you understand by this equation? Y is equal to x square? Yes, parabola. It is a vertical parabola. Okay? Like this. And of course, the vertex is at origin. And y is equal to 16 is some horizontal line. This is y is equal to 16. And here is the entire area we have to calculate. So clearly this point will be what? 0, 16. So if you integrate from 0 to 16, because this point is 0 to 0, I am looking at the y coordinate. 0 to 16, you will get any one of these two parts. Okay? Half of that. So total area will be 2 times. And that too, we are integrating with respect to y. Therefore, I change this equation as x is equal to root y, which represent this part of the curve. So, what is the total area? 2 times 0 to 16 root y dy. Everybody got this? Why it is 2 times? Because if you integrate from 0 to 16, this part of the curve, only you will get this part of the area, which is the half of your required area. That's why I am multiplying by 2. And 2 times, what is integral root y? 2 by 3 y power, okay, 3 by 2. Limits 0 to 60. So, 4 by 3 times 16 power 3 by 2. And the lower limit is 0. And what is 16 power 3 by 2? 16 is 4 square. That means 4 cube. 4 cube is 64. 64 into 4, 256 by 3. Here it is. 256 by 3. Where it is? Yes, in the first option. So, usually many questions in areas, they'll give the integration with respect to x. But in this question, it is very easy to integrate with respect to y. Just a simple change. You have to convert the equation of the curve in terms of x equal to some f of y. Usually y is equal to f of x. That is the general function. And we convert x is equal to function of y whenever it is done with respect to yx. The general solution of the differential equation, come on, we entered the differential equation part. Even this is also a part of integral calculus, okay, from your 12th syllabus. So what is that equation? Did you recognize? It is in the form of dy by dx plus py equal to q. What is that equation called? Linear differential equation. Okay, it's a linear equation. And here in our question, we can compare with the given equation. P will be tan x and Q will be secant x. And what is the solution? How to solve this equation? There is a method step by step. The step 1, you have to find the integrating factor. The formula is e power integral p dx. This is step 1. Okay. Now, if I replace p with tan x, e power integral tan x. What is integral tan x? Log mod secant x. And therefore it is secant x. Because e power log of something, that something will appear. Okay, that is a rule from logarithms. And now, second stage, I can write the solution part. What is the solution for Because it is linear equation in y, the solution is y into if, means integrating factor, equal to integral of q into if. And therefore it is y into secant x equal to integral of, what is q here? Secant x. And again integrating factor also secant x. Therefore secant x into secant x is what? Secant square x. And hence it is tan x plus c in the right side. Integral of secant square is what? Tan x. So y secant x equal to tan x plus c. Where is that? Y secant x equal to tan x plus c. Yes, fourth option. So it's a very easy, but the process. Step 1, finding the integrating factor. Step 2, writing the solution. Actually here, solution is ready-made. Y into integrating factor equal to q into integral of q into integrating factor, right? If A and B are the order and degree, it's easy. Straight away from the equation, because already it is in a polynomial equation form, nothing to change. Straight away, I can read the order, which is A. Anybody? What is the order of this differential equation? 2. What is the order definition? The highest order derivative you have to locate. That is d square by dx square. What is its order? 2. The same is the order of the differential equation. Come. B. Degree. What is the degree of the differential equation? That is the power of the highest order derivative. Here, d square y by dx square is the highest order derivative. Its power is 2. So, b is 2. And they are asking simple calculation. A minus b. 2 minus 2. 0. 0 is the answer. But here, 50% of the students may do the mistake. One mistake, chance of a mistake is there. I'll also explain it. Instead of taking degree as 2, they will take as 3. Of course, it is wrong. Why they will take that? Because it is a tendency. In a polynomial equation, like x cube plus 3x square minus 5x plus 2, something. Okay. Whenever I talk about degree, I say the highest power is the degree. Correct or not? Here also, if you look at the powers, 2 and 3, they will think that the highest power is degree and they will take b as 3. That is the silly mistake. Okay. And then what is the answer? A minus b. 2 minus 3, you will get minus 1. See, it is there in the options. Usually for every silly mistake, okay, whatever you do, they will give you an option. Okay, it is waiting. Whenever you do mistake, yes, it will eat your marks. Be careful. The distance of the point from YZ plane. Point is given YZ plane, direct question. So what is the distance from YZ plane? The formula is mod x. Because it is YZ plane. In three-dimensional geometry, from YZ plane, if you measure the distance from YZ plane, it is nothing but the modulus of the x coordinate. What is the x coordinate here? Minus 3. Therefore, 3. See, such an easy question. Based on the definitions only. Don't waste your time, okay, by writing all these things in the examination. I'm talking about the examination. Yeah, clearly it is from sets. Okay, A, B, C are 3 sets. And what is this form called? What is this set form called? Sets have 2 forms. One is roster form. The other is set builder form. This is given in set builder form because definition is given. According to this definition, can you name the elements in set A? See, x is an integer and this equation is to be satisfied. That means what? Minus 3 and 3 are the elements. And B, set B. What are the numbers? Between 2 and 5. X equal to 2 but not 5. Natural number. X is a natural number. Therefore, 2 included, right? I can take 2, 3, 4. I can't take 5 because only less than 5 is allowed. And third one, that is C. So this is set A, this is set B, and this is set C. X is a prime number less than or equal to 4. What are the prime numbers less than or equal to 4? Only 2 and 3. Okay, you know prime number. Then, what is B minus C union A? You know, whenever union is there, all the elements we have to take either in B minus C or A or in both. Once you realize this definition, you need not do the question. You can straight away go to the option 4. Why? In A, there is minus 3. Look at the options A, B, C. Nowhere you find minus 3. Therefore, they are wrong. Directly you can choose option D. But I'll explain. What is B minus C? Come on, let us calculate. What is the meaning of B minus C? Elements of B but not in C. What are the elements of B not in C? Only 4. And already A is known. Minus 3 and 3. Now I want B minus C union A. And hence, I have to take the elements 4, minus 3 and 3. If I write them in the increasing order, of course, order has no importance. Minus 3, 3, 4 is the correct answer. But as I said earlier, no need to do this. Without doing this, I can mark the answer. So, whenever there is a chance of marking answer without doing the solution, use that. Okay? You can save time. One more question on set theory. A and B are two sets having 3 and 6 elements. So, A has 3 elements. N of A I can write. And B has 6 elements. N of B is 6. Respectively. Consider the following statements. Again, statement model. Statement 1. Minimum number of elements in A union B is 3. Maximum number of elements in A intersection B is 3. Which is correct. So, let us discuss about the two extreme cases. I'll take A as X, Y, Z and B as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because 6 elements. How I took the elements? No common element at all. Now, can you tell me what is A union B in this case? I have to write all 9 elements. Okay? That means A union B has maximum 9 elements, but they're asking minimum. And here itself, I can take A intersection B, which is null set, because there is no common elements. Next example, another extreme. I'll take as usual A as X, Y, Z. Now I'll take the other extreme case that all these 3 elements are in common. Let us take this example. 6 elements again, but X, Y, Z are common. Now, what is A union B? You will have X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3. That means how many elements are there? 6 elements. Therefore, the minimum number of elements in A union B is 6, not 3. That's why this is wrong. Okay? And what about A intersection B in this case? Only X, Y, Z. Because they are the common elements. And of course, that is the maximum. That is the second statement. Maximum number of elements in A intersection B is 3. Correct. So, first one is false. Second one is true. S1 is false. S2 is true. That means option A. Okay? Easy. Just by taking different cases in the sense extreme cases. No common element. Maximum common elements. These are the extreme cases. Okay? I explained you that. Domain of the function f given by, you know domain. Domain means what? Any function. Domain means input. Okay? Input or domain. Just consider like that. Input means the values of x, which we can give so that the function is real, defined. Then only that input is considered as the domain. Because in fact, if you want, you can give all real numbers as input. I wish. But the thing is, whether the mechanism in the function works or not, means whether the function is real, whether it is defined. Okay, all these things to be kept in mind. And is easy. Here in the denominator, there are 2 factors. If they are zeros, the function is not defined. So, clearly, x cannot be 2, x cannot be 5. That I can confirm. In the input, 2 cannot be there, 5 cannot be there. Let me check the options. First option, no 2, no 5. Okay, happy. Second option, 5 is included, wrong. Immediately I can say wrong. Without doing any solution, I can say wrong. Come on. 3 and 5. 3 is included, means minus infinity to 3 is included, means 2 is included, wrong. And 2 included, 5 included, wrong. Because I can't give 2. If I give 2, what happens? This factor will be 0, 1 by 0 not defined. If I give 5, this factor will be 0, 1 by 0 not defined. And hence, the correct answer is option A. See, I didn't do any solution. Just I checked the condition. These values cannot be there in the input. What are they? 2 and 5. So, I selected the option like in the remaining 3 options, either of these numbers are included, therefore it cannot be the domain. But of course, the right explanation. 1 by root x minus 2 into x minus 5 is defined whenever this expression is positive. It can't be 0 because 1 by 0 is not defined. It cannot be negative because under square root, if negative occurs, it is imaginary. Okay? It can't be real. And hence, the only condition is x minus 2 into x minus 5 greater than 0. And hence, x does not belongs to square bracket 2 comma 5. That means either it can be less than 2 or greater than 5. That of course is given in the first option. Got my point? F of x functions. F of x is sine of step pi square, means greatest integer function. Of course, it is mentioned greatest integer less than or equal to x. Then which of the following is not true? Not true. Careful. And what is the approximate value of pi square? Pi is 3 point something. 3.14 approximate. Pi square is 9.14. And therefore, f of x will be, what is the integral part of pi square? 9 only. And hence the first function is sine 9x minus, what about minus 9 point something integral part? Minus 10. Sine minus 10 is minus sine 10. Therefore, it will be plus sine 10x. I got the function. So, instead of giving the function as sine 9x plus sine 10x, they have given us in this form. Okay? Now, let me check the options because they are asking which is not true. If I put pi by 2, come on pi by 2, 9 pi by 2, 10 pi by 2. 10 pi by 2 is 5 pi, it is 0. And 9 pi by 2 is itself equal to pi by 2 and hence it is 1. That means it is true. But I want not true. Like that, I can observe the last option. It is easy, right? F of 0. If I put 0, sine 0, 0, sine 0, 0. Therefore, it is also true. No, it is not my answer. Let us verify C. F of pi. Sine 9 pi, 0. Any integral multiple of pi, sine is 0. Sine 10 pi, 0. 0 plus 0, 0. But it is minus 1. That means it is not true and hence it is your option. I am not checking pi by 4. Even you check, you get true only. Because there cannot be more than one correct answer. If you put pi by 4, see, 9 pi by 4. 9 pi by 4 is pi by 4. That is 1 by root 2. 10 pi by 4. 10 pi by 4 is how much? 10 pi by 4. You can separate 8 pi, right? 2 pi by 4, that is pi by 4 comes. And hence it is 1 by root 2. Therefore, it is correct. So, correct means what? It is true. This is true, and this is true. But we need option which is not true. That means f of pi equal to minus 1. Option C is our answer. Be careful in these models in the examinations, okay? Which of the following is not correct? Focus on this, not correct. So, we have to go by verification, one by one. Sine 2 pi, 0. Sine minus 2 pi, 0 again. Therefore, this is true. That means it is correct, but it is not our option because we need a not correct answer, okay? Sine 4 pi, sine 6 pi. Yes, they are equal. Again, zeros. Any integral multiple pi, sine is 0 only. And tan 45 and tan minus 315. Yes, it is also correct. Because tan 45, 1. Tan 315 minus 1. But already minus is there. We know tan minus theta is what? Minus tan theta. That's why minus of minus 1 plus 1 and hence they are equal and therefore it is true. Obviously, this is not correct. It's not true. Why? Because odd multiple of pi, cos gives you minus 1. Cos 4 pi plus 1, even multiple. And they can never be equal. That's why this is your right answer. Cos x plus cos square x equal to 1. Simple. I'll change like this. Cos x equal to 1 minus cos square x, which gives you sin square x. Why I changed in terms of sin square? Because my expression to evaluate is in terms of sin. So, what is that expression I have to simplify? Sin square x plus sin power 4x. Come on, let us use this. What is sin square x? Cos. Then what is sin power 4? Cos square. Because if sin square is cos, sin power 4 is cos square. And already we know cos x plus cos square x is what? 1. And hence option A is the right answer. the mean deviation. We have to calculate the mean deviation about the mean for this data. Just data of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 entries are given. And you have to find the mean first and then mean deviation, step by step. So let me consider the mean of this data. You know, sum of the quantities by number of quantities. Come and add them. The number is 8, already I counted. Anybody, can you help me? 17 plus 13, 30. Plus 10, 40. 42, 52, 60, 69, 76, 80. Is 80 by 80, 8 of course, 10. This is mean. Now I need mean deviation. Mean deviation in the sense, from the mean, how this data is deviating by, of course, the number of items again. So I have to take the differences of these data from the mean. What is the difference between 10 and 4? 6. 10 minus 4. 10 minus 7, 3. 10 minus 8, 2. 10 minus 9, 1. 10 minus 10, 0. 10 minus 12, minus 2. Don't write. Why? Because only we need the difference. That means only positive values. So actually it is having modulus. So it is 2 and 3 and 7. All divided by 8 entries. So come and add them again. 9 plus 2, 11 plus 1, 12, 14, 17, 24. 24 by 3, that means, 8. That means it is 3. 24 by 8 is 3. Where is it? Option A. Easy question. Okay, just some raw data is given and you have to calculate the mean first, and then from the mean or about the mean, we have to calculate the mean deviation. A random experiment has 5 outcomes. See, outcomes are given. Usually even E2, E3 events are simple events. Okay, W1, W2, W3, etc. The probabilities of the occurrence of these outcomes, 1, 2, 3, I think here W3 is missing. Okay, anyways, W4 and W5 are 1 by 6, A, B, C and 1 by 12, such that some condition is given. Then what the probabilities of occurrence of the outcome? W3. Only P of W3 I want. Now, since only these 5 outcomes are there in that experiment, their sum of the probabilities must be 1. Let us use that condition first. What are those probabilities? 1 by 6 plus A plus B plus C plus 1 by 12. Okay? Must be equal to what? 1. Therefore, if you take LCM or 12, multiply by 12 on both the sides, you will get 2 plus 12A plus 12B plus 12C plus 1 equal to 12. And already 12A plus 12B is given as 1. So 2 plus 1, this of course I can replace with 1. 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4. If I send it to the other side, I'll get 8. 8 by 12. Okay, C is 8 by 12 or 2 by 3. And here what is C? It is nothing but probability of the third event, W1, W2, W3. Is it C again? Then the probabilities of outcome W3. W3 means it is B. But they are asking, I think this is not W3, this is W4, right? Because it is C. And in the answer, of course, here, 2 by 8. It is 2 by 3. So 8 by 12, that gives you, of course, 2 by 3. And therefore, here I use the exhaustive events concept. What is that? If all the exhaustive events are given, sum of their probabilities must be equal to 1. Because there cannot be any other possible event. Okay? A die has 2 faces, each with number. Actually, a die has 6 faces, but 2 faces with number 1, 3 faces with number 2, and 1 face with 3. Count them? Yes, 6 faces. Usually 6 faces will be given like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here it is a special die. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3 are the numbers which are placed on the faces of the die. And if the die is rolled once, then what is P of 1 or 3? Now let me calculate P of 1. What is the probability of getting 1? Because there are 2 faces, 2 favorable by 6. And what is probability of getting 3? Only 1 face. that is 1 by 6. And I need, this is 3, okay? And I need phi of 1 or 3. That means I have to add them because there is no common elements. So it is 3 by 6, which gives you 1 by 2. Where it is? Option A again. So, simple question. But a special die is mentioned, not a regular die. Okay, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it is 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. A is given as ABC. Then the number of equivalence relations on A. That means on A means what? A to A. Which contain B and C. What is meant by equivalence relation? A relation which satisfies 3 properties. What are those 3? It should be reflexive, it should be symmetric, and it should be transitive. Then only we say it is an equivalence relation. And since B and C is must, okay, I can write A cross A as AA, AB, AC, and like that BA, BB, BC, and like that CA, CB, CC is the last. So 9 order pairs will be there in A cross C. Now I need an equivalence relation which must contain BC. Let us see the possibilities. BC is already fixed. And for a relation to be equivalence, what is the first condition? Number 1, it should be, reflexive. And it must have AA, BB, and CC. Okay? Then only I can say it is reflexive. Then symmetry. Symmetric means what? Whenever BC is there, CB must be there. I'll include that. Okay. And for AA, BBC, this is CC. Okay. CC. And anyway, even you reverse it doesn't matter. Therefore, yes. Even transitive also it is satisfied. See, BC and CB gives you BB. And AA, no other starting. CC and CB, if you combine, you will get CB. So, transitive property is already satisfied. And hence, it is an equivalence relation. Right? This is one possibility. What is the other possibility? This is the case 1. What is case 2? Again, equivalence relation. If you consider DC, AA, of course, as in the previous case, BB, CC, and CB. Of course, up to this I can consider. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 order pairs are already I considered. Remaining 4, let me try with them. Suppose A is there, AB is not there. If I add AB to this, I must add BA. Correct or no? Then only symmetry. And if I add AB, and already AB and BC, if you use the transitive property, AB and BC is what? AC. So, I must get AC here. Once AC is there, I should add CA. That means what? All 9 ordered pairs I added, so that again it becomes an equivalence relation. So, this is case 1 and this is case 2, and only 2 equivalence relations are possible, and hence option B is correct. Okay? Let the functions f and g, these are the definitions. One is sin x and the other is cos x. Domain, of course, 0 to pi by 2. Here also it is 0 to pi by 2. Same domain, same codomain, all real numbers. Where R is the set of real numbers, of course. Consider the following statements. Again, 2 statements are there. F and G are 1, 1. So, 1, 1, you know, right? Different elements, different images. Then only it is called 1, 1. But in the other way, if it is a strictly increasing function, it must be 1, 1. And here, in between 0 to pi by 2, sin x increases 0 to 1. Alright? Therefore, f is 1, 1. Right? G, let us say cos. In between 0 to pi by 2, it decreases from 1 to 0. Therefore, it is also 1, 1. So, f is 1, 1, g is 1, 1. Therefore, the first statement is true. Yes. What about f plus g? F plus g. F plus g means sin x plus cos x. What will be the graph for that? I need 0 to pi by 2. This is crucial, okay? Listen this carefully. At 0, sin is 0, cos is 1. Therefore, it starts at 1. And at pi by 2, again it is 1. Why? Because sin 91, cos 90 0. And in between these two, the graph will be like this, because at 5 by 4, it reaches the maximum point, which is root 2. That's why this graph is not strictly increasing or strictly decreasing. It increases first and then decreases, and therefore it is not 1, 1. So f plus g is 1, 1 is false. Statement 1 is true. Statement 2 is false, where it is. Statement 1 is true. Statement 2 is false. Option D. Okay, just by the graph, you can easily locate the answer. Again, a trigonometry and inverse trigonometry based question. What is secant square theta? Let me consider this tan inverse 2 as alpha and cot inverse 3 as beta. Come on. Secant square alpha is 1 plus tan square alpha. Cosecant square beta is 1 plus cot square beta. And therefore, it is simple now. Tan inverse 2 is alpha, tan alpha is 2 square. And the cot inverse 3 is beta, therefore cot beta is 3, therefore it is 3 square. So 1 plus 4, 5, plus 1, 6, plus 9, 15. Option B. Okay, there are two identities I used. What are they? 1 plus tan square is secant square. 1 plus cot square is cosecant square. That's it. We can finish that problem. 2 cos inverse x equal to sin inverse of 2x root 1 minus x square is valid for all values of x satisfying so and so. Okay. Here, root of 1 minus x square. Whenever you observe this term, either we put x equal to cos theta or sin theta. Because there is cos inverse x in the left hand side, I put x equal to cos theta. Okay. Therefore, the equation becomes 2 cos inverse of cos theta equal to sin inverse of 2 cos theta sin theta. Root 1 minus x square is root 1 minus cos square, which is sin. That means I am considering the positive side. And therefore, this becomes sin inverse of sin 2 theta. We know this is 2 cos inverse of cos theta and this is sin inverse sin 2 theta. Finally, this will be 2 theta and this is also 2 theta. But when? That is the question. When? Whenever sin inverse of sin x is x, that x should be in between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And because that's in the positive side, it should be in between 0 to pi by 2. Therefore, if theta is in between 0 to pi by 2, okay, 2 theta will be in between 0 to pi. Of course, cos inverse cos also theta. Cos inverse cos theta becomes theta whenever theta lies between, of course, 0 to pi. And finally, the range of theta, I can take the common range I should take, right? So 2 theta lies between 0 to pi by 2. Remember, 0 less than or equal to, 2 theta less than or equal to pi by 2 or pi by 4. So this is the common range I can consider. And correspondingly, what will be x? Of course, x is cos theta. So cos theta, cos 0, 1 and 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 to 1. Yes, it is. Option C. Because cos 0 is 1, cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. Because it is decreasing function, it will be in the reverse order. 1 by root 2 to 1 is the range of x for which this equation is valid. Okay. Consider the following statements. Statement 1, LPP. It is based on linear programming. Okay. The objective function is always linear. True. It is just theory question. Again, LPP. The linear inequalities on variables are called constraints. Of course, true. Yes, that word we use. Both are true. That means statement 1 is true. Statement 2 is also true. Where is that? Option D. Yes. So it's a direct question. Just based on the terms. They are checking your memory power. That's it. The maximum value of z, which is 3x plus 4y. Okay, subject to the constraints. See, in the previous question only, they are asking about the conditions, whether they are called as constraints or not. And here they clarified it. Yeah, constraints. These are the inequalities which are called constraints. Okay. What are those constraints? One by one. X plus y less than or equal to 40. X plus 2y less than or equal to 60. And x and y both are greater than or equal to 0. That means only positive side. Easy. Just draw the diagram. Only positive side. Okay. And then this is, of course, if you imagine that is only equal to, it is a line which cuts the x-axis at 40, y-axis at 40, like this. And this is a line. Y0 means x is 60 and y is 30, somewhere here. And therefore, these are the points we should consider. What are they? 0, 0. And this is what? 30. 30, 0. Yes. And this is what? 0, 40. Yes. And this is the point of intersection of these two. Very clear. If you subtract, x gets cancelled, y is 20, x is also 20. And at all these points, you have to calculate z. So, which point gives you the maximum value? That is your answer. Obviously, 2020. So, the maximum value of z occurs at 2020. Therefore, 3 into 20, 4 into 20. Of course, you have to make a table and all for PU. Don't you waste your time here, okay? 60 and 80, that gives you 140, which is option B. Same question if they ask in PU, you have to present the entire solution. But here it is not required. Just check which is maximum value, okay? Consider the following statements. Again, statement 1. If E and F are two independent, then E dash, F dash. E dash means complementary. F dash, complementary of F, are also independent. Proof. It is basic theory. Okay, again theory point. Whenever two events are independent, their complementary events are also independent. It is true. Okay. Statement 2. Two mutually exclusive events with non-zero probabilities of occurrence can never be independent. What is the independent events conditions? Okay, let us see. P of A intersection B must be equal to P of A into P of B. This is the condition to call A and B as independent. Suppose if they are mutually exclusive, this is 0 because there is no common elements. So, P of A into P of B must be 0. This is satisfied only when either P of A equal to 0 or P of B equal to 0. That means at least one of them should have 0 probability, but here they are saying none of them has 0 probability and therefore they can never be independent. Okay? So, two mutually exclusive events with non-zero probabilities cannot be independent, therefore it is true again. And hence, both are true. Statement 1 is true, statement 2 is also true, and therefore option B, both the statements are true. Okay? Easy. A and B are two non-mutually exclusive. Non-mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive means P of A intersection B is 0. Non-mutually means not equal to 0. And one more condition is given. Phi of A given B equal to P of B given A. I think you know this notation. A given B, B given A, all these kinds of events are called what? Conditional events. Now, what is the definition of P of A given B? Simple. P of A intersection B by P of B. And here, P of B intersection A by P of A. Direct formula. And either A intersection B or B intersection A are both C. And already we know it is not 0. Therefore, I can cancel them. And if I cross multiply, I will get P of A equal to P of B. Where is it? P of A equal to P of option C. Correct. So, simple formula based again. P of A given B is P of A intersection B by P of B. That is a conditional probability. This is called as conditional probability. If A and B are two events such that A is a subset of B, that means P of A is less than P of B. Definitely A will have less number of favorable points when compared to B. And therefore, the probability of A must be less than P of B. Okay? And P of B not equal to 0. Another condition. Next. Then which of the following is correct? So, once again, I have to concentrate on the options. P of A given B, P of A given B. So, my job is, let me simplify P of A given B first. Again, the same formula as we did in the previous question. It is P of A intersection B by P of B. Okay. Now, let me check. They are comparing P of A given B with P of A. Okay. And P of A given B is P of B by P of A. B is not correct. So option D is meaningless. P of A equal to P of B? No, it is also not correct. I cannot say P of A and P of B are equal. See, already P of A is less than P of B, right? So option C, no chance. Option D, no chance. Let me check with the two options. First two, that is P of A given B is less than P of A or greater than P of A. So here P of A intersection B, because A intersection B, of course A is a subset of B. Let me change this a little. Okay, if this is event B, this will be the event A because A is a subset of B. So what is A intersection B in this case? A only. The common elements will be, what are the elements in A will be the common elements for both A intersection B. That is A and B. Okay, A intersection B is nothing but P of A. Yes. Now I got it. P of A given B is P of A by P of B. But I want to compare with P of A. See, the denominator is not greater than 1. If this is greater than 1, how you can say it is not greater than 1? Any probability maximum is 1 only. So if it is greater than 1, the final value will be less than P of A. But this is a fractional number or at least 1. If this is 1, these two are equal. That is one case. If this is less than 1, this will be greater than P of A. That is the second case. So clearly option B is correct. P of A given B is either greater than P of A or equal to P of A. That depends on P of B. Mira visits only one of the two temples A and B in her locality. Only two temples. The probability of she visits the temple A, let me write it in mathematical. Okay, wait. P of A, let us take. What is P of A? The chance that she visit temple A, 2 by 5. And now, here itself I will clarify one thing. Because she visits only two temples, so only two exhaustive events are possible. So already P of A is 2 by 5, which implies what will be P of B? It must be 3 by 5 because some of those probabilities must be 1. Okay, next. If she visits temple A, 1 by 3 is the probability that she meets her friend. That means it is a conditional event. That is what? If she visits A, she can meet his friend. So probability that she can meet her friend after visiting temple A is 1 by 3. And the same thing when she visits temple B, what is the probability of meeting is her friend? That is 2 by 7. This is the data. Now, Meera met her friend. No doubt. It has happened. Okay? She met her friend. But what is to be considered or calculated? The probability that she met her at temple B. Yes. That means we need already she met her friend. Then what is the chance that she can meet her friend at temple B? This is your favorable case. So P of B given F. By definition, it is P of B intersection F by P of F. This P of F has two chances. What are the two chances? Either she can meet her friend, okay, at temple A or temple B. Therefore, P of B intersection F is your favorable case, of course. And here there are two cases, P of A intersection F or P of B intersection F. Do you recognize which principle is involved in this question? Yes, base step. Okay. So, two possible cases, out of which this is your favorable case. Now, it is simple calculation. What is P of intersection F? P of B into P of B given F or F given B. Yeah, this is what. 3 by 5 times 2 by 7. And denominator, two cases. P of A, 2 by 5 times 1 by 3 plus 3 by 5 times 2 by 7. Every fraction, of course, denominator is 35, here 15, here 35. So 35 and 15 LCM is 105. So how to make that gets cancelled? So 35 3s is 105. 3 into 3 into 2 18 in the numerator. And here 5 into 3, 15. 15 sevens, 105. So 7 into 2, 14. And of course, this is 18. So 18 by 32 or 9 by 60. Look at that. 9 by 60. Yes, option C. So you remember Bayes' theorem not mathematically. Okay, just you remember like this. How many possible cases? 2 possible cases because she visits only 2 temples. And which is your favorable case? That comes in the numerator and sum of the possibilities in the denominator. So simply you remember probability of the favorable case in numerator, sum of the probabilities of all possible cases in the denominator. Never write all these things in the examination. Just for explanation purpose I am writing. Simple, if you just remember like that, favorable case, straight away, favorable case is what? B, because they are asking. When she met her friend, what is the chance that she met her at temple B? That's what. Okay? It's easy to apply in the exam so that you can save the time. Come on, the last question. Okay? If Z1 and Z2 are two non-zero complex numbers, right? Then which of the following is not true? Just by verification of the options, we have to consider which is true, which is not true, and not true is our option. Okay? Mod Z1, Z2 is mod Z1 into mod Z2. Of course, true. It's the basic property of the modulus of two complex numbers. And then conjugate. Conjugate of Z1 into Z2 is conjugate of Z1 times conjugate of Z2, which is also true because it is another basic property of conjugate. And one more property of conjugate is in option D, which is again true. Conjugate of Z1 plus Z2 is conjugate of Z1 plus conjugate of Z2. Therefore, anyway, the option A, B, and D are true. That means the third option is not true, which is our answer. So, without knowing what is there in the third option, I can select option 3 is the answer for me. Why? Because A, B, D are true statements. And I want not true statement. Therefore, my answer is C. But we need proper explanation for that. So, what is that? Mod of Z1 plus Z2 greater than or equal to mod Z1 plus mod Z2. We know modulus of any complex number represents its magnitude. Let me consider a triangle where one side is Z1, the other one is Z2. Automatically, the third side will be Z1 plus Z2 using our vector knowledge. And if I put modulus now, we know they represent the lengths of the sides. Mod Z1, length of the first side, length of the second side, length of the third side. What is the triangle inequality we have? Length of the third side is always less than the sum of the lengths of the two sides. So, from that, mod of Z1 plus Z2 is always less than mod Z1 plus mod Z2. This is what the triangle inequality says. But look at the greater than or equal to is given. What should be there actually? Less than. That means it is not true. And here is the answer. Okay. So I hope you got all the questions with the clear conceptual base. Okay. And once you have a clarity in the concept, definitely you will get the confidence to face the examination, the final examination. And not only this, in the coming series, we do all the PYQs, topic-wise also, and hence you can know the status or weightage of each topic so that you can plan smartly. Okay? Do hard work, but with a smart planning. Then only you can get the best result and of course the best seat or best branch in a best college. All these best is possible only with your best effort. And I hope our mathematics tutor will help you in this, okay, in giving the best effort or getting the best result, everything. Just leave on us. We'll analyze the papers. We will put it in front of you. Just you plan according to the topic weightages. Whether it is maths, physics, chemistry or bio, just plan it first, okay? And once the planning is done, it's very easy. In my next video, I will analyze the 2025 paper weightage, topic-wise weightage, okay? Please stay tuned and signing off, this is VVG. Okay, thank you.